A busy night on the diamond tonight. The Reds are back at Great American Ballpark to start an 8-game homestand. First up, a series with the Marlins. It's Chase Burns Day. He'll be on the mound for the Redlegs. First pitch is here at 6:10. As for Cleveland, the Guardians also return home tonight to begin a series with the Padres. Gavin Williams will get the ball for Cleveland. They get started at 7:10. NBA news, the Cavs have finalized a trade to send Dennis Schroeder to the Hornets in exchange for Trey Mann. This move allows Cleveland to keep pursuing roster moves and tax savings to keep them under the second apron. And in golf, second round of the FedEx St. Jude Championship, Scotty Scheffler has climbed to the top of the leaderboard. He sits at 11 under par after a 9 under 61 today. This update is sponsored by Hydrate Me Med Spa. Look great, feel great, personalized wellness and aesthetic treatments that work from the inside out. HydrateMeMedSpa.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Bring it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
Look, that team's stealing away. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side, going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Brad Rucker for the touchdown. Kraft shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Indeed it is. It's the Buckeye Show. I am so excited to be here. I'm Tito. Patrick Murphy, my right.
Are you excited because you weren't here this morning? Am I getting you fired up?
Oh, my. Just out of ripping the Band-Aid.
Seriously. That's fantastic. Okay, yeah. Okay, we'll do this. We can do this.
Look, if somebody was driving to work this morning, they didn't hear you. Now they're coming home.
We're going to do it. Pat Murphy, my right. Reimer, across the glass.
Hello, Tito. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too. That's the first time someone said that to me today. Nice to see you. No, it's too late, Murphy. You're second now. So, yes, I missed my show today. Is that fireable, Reimer? Should they fire me for missing the show today?
No.
It's okay if you say yes. I'm not going to be bothered by it because I don't know if I should be.
It's just one. I mean, if it was multiple times that you've done this, then yeah, I would think so.
Murph, would you fire me?
No.
Okay.
Everyone gets a mistake or two.
All right. So here's the thing. I'm going to preface this, Your Honor, by telling you, and I thought about this today. Everybody else that does shows here, everybody else has something called PTO.
Sure.
Okay? PTO stands for paid time off. I don't have that. I have another job. I am the biggest media whore at this company. I contend that when you look at all the time people take, the time that people take off, I do more shows at this station than anybody else for the last year I have, I think. Done more shows than anybody else. The only time I took off for Juice was to go to Vegas last September. I'm going to Vegas this September again for a couple of days. I will take time off there. I'm here on holidays. I'm here on days after holidays. And I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just saying that I don't ever take time off.
Sure.
Power's been out at home since Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Wednesday about 11 a.m. is when I guess. Probably Wednesday, maybe it was close to mid-afternoon. So I've been sleeping at a podcasting studio I utilize for the last couple of nights. I was there last night solo. The night before, my wife and son were there with me. They were in Pittsburgh for the Steelers game last night. But I was, by the way, Buckeye Show sponsored by CareSource.
Get that in there.
Had to get that in there. Anyway, at the studio last night, I wake up at 3:30 a.m., luckily, because I look over, my phone that had been plugged in had come unplugged. It was dead. 3:30 a.m. Normally I get up around 4:30, 5 o'clock, somewhere in there. I get up at 3:30, plug it back in, make sure it's got power, and then I go and start doing show prep. Like I added stuff to the Morning Juice show sheet. Added stuff that was in there to put in there for talk about on Morning Juice today. It's 4 o'clock a.m. I think to myself, I'm going to sleep for 45 more minutes. That's what I'm going to do. And so I lay down, set the alarm. Next thing I know, my phone rings at 7:40 a.m. It's the wife from Pittsburgh saying, I got a text from Carpenter. Why aren't you on the air? I completely missed the show. Now.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. And by the way, people, I love this, the people, the chatters that we have a loyal following on Morning Juice. They express concern in the chat. Even now, some people are expressing, they're like, glad you're okay. That is great. Look, I've got diabetes, I'm fat, and I'm old. I sleep with a CPAP. Honestly, every day I wake up is a blessing. You can bet on that if you want to. Will Tito wake up tomorrow? You get decent odds. So, I missed the show, but now I'm here today. I called Fish. Bobby and Bodie made fun of me. I sent a text to Bobby and Bodie. Hey, guys, I'm really sorry. This is what happened. You know what I got back? Nothing from Bodie. Not a, hey, I'm glad you're okay. I was worried about you.
Yeah.
Nothing from Bodie. From Bobby, I got like a Matlock type text like, I don't understand. How did this happen? Did you not have power there? Like, Bob, just...
You can hear Bob saying that.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear it.
It was right there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the show. No, we got a big show lined up for tonight. I love doing the Buckeye Show. Because I am a huge Buckeye homer, which is why this is good for me, Pat. It is good to do this.
Yeah, for sure.
Lots to talk about today. We will talk about, the NFL yesterday and the preseason games. I did watch preseason football for a while last night.
Me too.
And wanted to see how, Will Howard did. Wanted to see how Jack Sawyer did. Wanted to see we got some stats we can talk about from those games and what happened with all that. We'll do that. Tim May is going to join us in the second segment here. Beers and Buckeyes with Tim May because Pat Murphy's here. And I know he's got beers, but we're not going to let him do it on the air. Right?
That is correct.
That's my understanding.
Do you have any I caught only and I only caught a small portion of your show last night. Do you have anything you're supposed to do, not do for the rest of the year? Wear something, not wear something? Is there any kind of like bet? Any kind of, what is it?
That's a golf match coming up.
With who? You and
with me and Adam King versus Beamer and Austin Ward. And if me and Adam lose, I cannot wear North Carolina in the studio until January 1st.
For context, you are wearing North Carolina right now.
It could be my last day until January 1st wearing North Carolina in the studio, so I got to take advantage of it.
When are you doing this?
Sunday.
Where are you playing Sunday?
Deer Ridge.
Is that why I'm working Sunday now?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay. But you're not playing in my event Monday I invited you to. Right?
Well,
okay, wait, should this clear. I invited you to a golf outing for 36 holes on Monday. You said, no, I can't because of work. You come in tonight and say, can you work for me Sunday? I say, sure. Why? Because I'm playing golf with Adam King and Brandon Beam.
And Austin Ward. Yeah. Thanks.
Man, if I were going to be in town, I'd just come and drink beer and watch you guys play golf.
It'd be fun. It'd be a good time.
I'm not sure which curse words I can use, but it really feels like that is beeped up. that this just happened this way.
That was funny because I watched it all happen, not knowing that this golf thing was happening. But as he was explaining it, like you, I was putting things together, and I was wondering if you were doing that on the other side of the table, and of course you were.
Can I give middle fingers, or will it show up on the camera?
No, you can't.
Okay, how about pointer fingers? Or how about like the third finger? Like sometimes people do that.
I'll get the idea. Yeah,
that's the third finger. Right? That's the third one. Just so you know, that's disrespectful on your part. That's okay. You know what? No worries.
I'm sorry.
No, you're really not sorry.
I am.
No, because I've invited you now twice to majors and you haven't shown up. 3 times actually. Yeah, 3 majors I've been invited to. None of
sorry.
Them. Okay. No, don't. I don't want to hear it.
Tito, I have a question for you.
Please.
The other day at Ohio State's fall camp practice, we saw each other.
We're going to do this. Go ahead. Come on.
You were on the other side of the red line.
Okay. Here's what happened there.
There are even pictures of you talking to referees.
Okay.
What kind of VIP access did you get that none of the rest of us got?
All right, here's what happened. I get there. Admittedly, I'm not normal OSU reporter, OSU access guy. Yeah. I don't go to press conferences. I don't go to other practices. I'm there.
You could.
Well, if I wanted to get credentialed, I probably could, yes. But, so I see Schleg's out there. And I want to say hi to Schleg's. I haven't seen him for a while. So I just walk out to Schleg's. I don't pay attention to anything, which is wrong. I get it. I'm surprised I have. By the way, now I should be fired. That with this? Oh, good Lord, you should fire me. I go out there to see Schleg's. Schleg's, how you doing? Good. Family good? Yeah. How's your family? Good. How's you doing? He's doing great. You know, and I talked about a couple things real quick, and then we shake hands. He walks away. And then I walk over. I'm walking back towards the other area. I see the referees. I'm like, I say to myself, you know what? No one ever talks to the referees. I'm going to talk to them. I learned all the referees. I talked to them, got their names, introduced myself, got like, hey, what do you do for a living? You know, what's it like when you do these kind of things for coaches? Do they ask you certain things not to call, what to call? Great conversation. All four of them, very different individuals. A couple of them were accountants. I think one was an attorney and one was retired. But we're just talking about stuff, chopping it up. Still, no awareness on my part. No self-awareness of what I'm doing. Start walking back, and I see that red line that's been spray painted that all you people, yes, you people,
right,
are behind. And I start to realize, oh, you know what? This might be a Field of Dreams moment. I crossed over a line I wasn't supposed to. And I stand there. First, I mock you guys. I'm like, oh, yeah, don't step across the line. Velvet ropes right here. And then I get back, and I find out that Fish has been watching. And when I walk over there, Fish is like, what the hell is Tito doing? And was like sweating it. And so he's like telling the other people there, like Jen Winters and those guys, oh my God, Tito's not supposed to be there. What's he doing? I asked Fish later on, Fish, are we good? He said, yeah, we're good. It's all good. He said, no, it's, he's good. He's good. You're good. It's all right. No one said why I said anything. But I realized that then what an idiot I was. Or was I a genius?
I was just going to say. Like at the worst, they come and tell you, like, "Hey, sir, you need to be back here."
Right.
Or they ask you to leave, I guess.
Yeah.
But I look, I'm all for pushing limits.
Yes.
To see how far you can get, and you got pretty far.
I did. Further than you.
Yeah, much further.
And you're better than me.
I don't know about better.
No. You are better than me. You, Austin. Who else? We'll throw out there. Berm. All you guys.
I'm agreeing with Tito.
That's fine. You're all better than me. You are all better than me, more important than me. I just was an idiot. That's all I was.
And sometimes that works. And it goes to show you just act like you belong. A lot of times that gets you pretty far. There was a video, this was several Super Bowls ago now, where like a college kid or recent graduate, like just, I don't know if he had a GoPro or it was just his phone, but he took a video. He got almost all the way to the field at the Super Bowl, just walking, dressed the right way, walked like he belonged, and
it looked like he was a content creator.
Yeah.
Hey, look, when I went to Reds Fest this year with the fan, and Baker and I are there, and there's an area they said, hey, you guys can't go here. I went there and interviewed a guy off the record, like continue, like was you supposed to go through all these different channels to like, oh, you got to talk to this guy, and then you can talk to this guy. I said, hell with that. I'm the guy. I'm going to go talk to this guy. And I did an interview with the guy. And a Reds guy comes in and says, hey, you can't do this anymore. I said, okay, I'm sorry about that. I had no idea. Sorry about that. I walk away.
Forgiveness, not permission.
Yes. So I did that, and who knows? Maybe I'll still catch Al. Maybe I will at some point. Maybe they won't have me back next year. Maybe I'll be fired after that and this morning. We'll see. That should be your Buckeye. That should be your poll for the day.
I think you should, you're the one who got the most access.
I did.
I think this is a positive thing for you.
I would like to think it is, but I don't know if it is.
I don't know. I couldn't go there.
You could.
Well, I could have tried.
You would get something revoked because you're year round. I'm like I am just temporary.
I'm just surprised that the stewards, I don't know the right term for it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it didn't stop me.
Yeah, because they were on top of it. And that's their job. That's what they're out there to do, is make sure people aren't, because you're close enough to the field that if you were to walk past that line too far, you get hit and something happens. There's reasons for it. But I was actually pretty impressed that you were the guy that day.
Maybe it's because they saw you talking to Schlegs and thought like, oh, okay, yeah.
Well, then I talked to the refs, and I'm like, by the way, I don't get enough credit for that, I don't think. The creativity of that. Now, granted, did it result in content? No. But
there's a picture out there that makes it good content.
But I talked to them about hey, and I got some personal insight, not public stuff that I didn't share it, but just about their jobs and being out there refereeing for coaches that, say, hey, we're going to run through this. Don't call offsides as often, or don't call holding as often, whatever it is. That kind of stuff is what we went through. But what do we have next? Okay, I was going to say Tim May's was next, but he's really not next. Coming up next, we're going to hear what Matt Patricia and James Smith had to say. We will do that next. That is the Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Now is a great time to schedule a back-to-school dental appointment. Dr. Kyle Bogan, president of the Ohio Dental Association, is here to tell us more.
Your child's teeth and gums need the right food, nutrition, and vitamins to grow strong and stay healthy. Help them maintain good oral health by brushing every morning and night, flossing, visiting the dentist twice a year, and developing good eating habits. As kids head back to school, it's important to know that foods and drinks high in sugar, acidity, and other cavity-promoting substances are often low in nutritional value and have the potential to create plaque capable of damaging tooth enamel. A back-to-school dental appointment can diagnose any potential problems and improve your child's oral health. Ohio Dental Association member dentists are located throughout the state, are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and obtain superior ongoing education and training. Ask if your dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association so you know you're being treated by the very best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit ODA.org.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium, presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate teams, the agile, get it done teams, the achieve more together teams, and the improve people's lives teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
Learn more about Ohio State at osu.edu/impact.
Life is more fun with a pal. So is pizza. So check out Donato's $5 Pizza Pals menu. Order any large pizza and add your choice of a sub, salad, wings, dessert, and more for just $5 each. Order your favorite $5 Pizza Pals from Donatos.com today. More toppings, more flavor, more fun. Donatos. Gotta love more.
Things are popping at Al's Delicious Popcorn. With over 80 flavors to choose from, we have something for everyone. From classics like caramel cashew, white cheddar, and our famous vanilla butternut, to new flavors like chicken and waffles and spicy barbecue. They are all made fresh and they are all delicious. Visit us online at alspopcorn.com or come see us and experience the best service in town at 1500 Bethel Road in Columbus. Al's Delicious Popcorn.
Do you feel that? The season is getting closer. Buckeye football comes your way in 22 days. Every game, every season. Proud to be your flagship home for Ohio State football. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, getting ahead in this world is not as complicated as it might seem. Having the early guidance and counsel of your community banker, one who knows you and your family's story, can make a great deal of difference. Relationships matter. Bank on community banking. I'm Scott McComb, coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
As America's largest custom home builder, Schumacher Homes believes a top-quality home should be affordable for everyone in the Buckeye State. We work with the leading architects to bring you the latest in design, and then you have the ability to make changes. Not just selecting finishes, but moving walls, adding rooms, literally customizing anything from the ground up. It's a misconception that custom homes have to be expensive. We work within your budget to build an amazing home on your land. Visit SchumacherHomes.com or any of our 9 Ohio locations.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
I'd expect a couple of lingering showers overnight tonight. Lows around 70 degrees. On Saturday morning, some fog early, then some breaks of sun, followed by a 60% chance of rain and thunderstorms, which could deliver heavy rain and wind late in the day. High temps around 86 degrees. On Sunday, some sun early and then a 50% chance of rain and storms, and highs near 90. That is your 97.1 The Fan weather forecast. I'm 10 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Chris Tomer.
Ryan Day's favorite radio show. Probably. Maybe. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Buckeye Show. Ryan Day's favorite show is what we said right there. I don't know if it is. I got a chance to talk to Ryan Day twice.
Was this when you were walking around the field?
Okay,
practice?
here's what it is. Okay, on Thursday, when we had him on Juice, the first question I asked him was, honest to God, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit, this is what I asked him. I said, Ryan, what are you doing differently this year so you stop running off coordinators? Right. Thankfully, he laughed.
Yeah, good.
He chuckled.
Yeah.
And then he talked about the difficulty of replacing coordinators, with the culture, which I got all that. And then on Saturday, he made mention of the fact he's coming on being here for a decade. And I commented to him. I said, Ryan, you're not aging like you should. If you look at and I'm not getting political here, folks, so don't be political with me. If you look at what Obama looked like when he took office, or Clinton when he took office, and when he left office, it's a huge difference.
Yeah.
And I said, that's the way an Ohio State football coach should look.
Look at Thad Matta.
Oh, yes, Thad Matta, yeah. You're right.
Almost about a decade.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I feel like Tressel was okay. Urban had already gone through it, right?
Right, yeah.
He'd done the Florida thing. He had the heart issues.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're right. You're right. He looks better than a lot of guys in those positions.
And so he didn't, and I told him, I said, you just didn't age enough. That's it. I don't believe in it because you should look older. I still contend, and Ryan, if you're listening, no offense, but you're not, that he does dye the beard. And I do think he looks like, always, I don't know if Bodie will get this reference. You will. When you take the mask off the villain in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
I think that's what Ryan Day is.
The generic.
Like that
villain.
one guy, the guy's got the goatee or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, that's the guy. That's the villain. I think that's usually what it is. I think that's what Ryan Day looks like.
I think that's good. His wife swears no beard dye.
Look, if I were married to Ryan Day, I'd swear the same thing.
Good point.
I really would.
Good point.
But had a lot of fun out there at camp. Other than breaking the rules and stuff. Other than that.
You didn't get in trouble.
That was still fun for you to do.
It was. No, it was fun. You're right. Another thing was fun about it, too. We got spent time with Bjork. Ross Bjork is the best. I love Ross Bjork. I am, and admittedly, and that's why I tell you I'm a Buckeye homer. Ross Bjork, Ryan Day, if they wanted me to drink Kool-Aid, if they say, hey, drink this Kool-Aid, I would drink it. Even if there's cyanide in it, I would still drink it, like the Jim Jones thing. I would totally do whatever they say to do. I believe in those guys that much. Matt Patricia. I believe Matt Patricia the same way. Same thing. Matt Patricia says, drink this Kool-Aid, I drink the Kool-Aid. Here is Matt Patricia talking about the perspective he has and how it's similar with Arthur Smith.
I talked to him a lot actually before and during the process, just because he's such a great coach. I have so much respect for him. And I think we've gone through similar things, in our careers, in the NFL, and maybe my perspective of getting back to around a bunch of great young men and coaching and how wonderful that is, and maybe just telling him, reminding him of that a little bit was cool, I think, from that aspect of it. And then just, there's always kind of the normal questions like, hey, what's the difference between the NFL and college? What's the schedule? What's this look like? How's recruiting, all that stuff. So it's able to give him some insight there, which was good.
This is going to be interesting, Pat, to see how, they had talent they lost. He came back in, had a fantastic year last year. More talent lost this year. And a lot of new faces. If he can pull off this year what he did last year, statue.
Yeah. If you can do losing 8 starters back-to-back off seasons, and especially the ones, not to take anything away from a year ago, but especially the ones he lost last year, and, what Caleb Downs is in terms of his mental capacity football-wise, and the athletic freaks that are Sonny and Arvell.
Yeah.
If you can then have, I don't even know if it needs to be the top-ranked defense.
Right.
But if you're top 5, top 10 again, and that's, a catalyst for whatever success you have, it's been great. And look, I know there was not a lot of love lost when Jim Knowles left between Buckeye fans and all that. But he set this foundation, right? He got it rolling when Ryan Day was looking for somebody to fix this defense. And then I think Matt Patricia's come in, and we'll see, this will be year 2, but taking it to another level. And to the point about that soundbite, talking with Arthur Smith, Matt Patricia didn't have to come back. There were opportunities, NFL opportunities and other things that he could have done. He chose to stay in Columbus, continue to coach college, and be a Buckeye, which I think says a lot about this program and what these guys mean to him and what he wants to accomplish.
I've been asking this question since Arthur Smith was hired of which coordinator has more pressure.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's equal, if not maybe more, for Matt Patricia because of how many guys he has to replace on defense. Like Arthur Smith, yes, it's a big challenge coming from NFL to college. Just saw that with Matt Patricia, but he's coming in with Julian Sayin and Jeremiah Smith, a Heisman finalist and the best player in college football. And now you have to replace literal monstars that were on the defense last year. And how's that going to look in year 2 with Matt Patricia? Like, we'll see. It looks like it's going to be really good, but I feel like that's where like the pressure may lie, is replacing top-tier NFL talent.
Well, and Arthur Smith also has Ryan Day, right?
Yes.
And I know Ryan Day wants to be the CEO and let these 2 former head coaches run either side of the ball. And that's what he was doing at fall camp.
Yeah.
Like, if you were paying, those guys were running their sides of the ball.
I got up close and personal. I saw it.
You did.
Which is crazy because it's just offensive mind from the NFL versus defensive mind from the NFL.
And, like, what a battle that is on a daily basis. But if Arthur Smith has questions, if Arthur Smith, if whatever reason it doesn't work out great, like Ryan's there to run the offense if needed. If it doesn't work out with Matt Patricia, and I'm not saying it's not going to work out either way, like there's no fallback defensive coordinator already built into the. I mean, Larry Johnson could probably do it, or James Laurinaitis, somebody could probably step into that role, but you don't have the head coach isn't the defensive guy, right? Like you have at Georgia or some other places. So that is really on Matt Patricia to get everything going again. And I am as confident as anybody that this is going to be fine. Is it going to be as elite as last year, especially early on? Maybe not. But the more I watch these guys in fall camp, like this defense looks pretty ready to go to me, despite losing all those guys.
It's fascinating to me, and I don't know if we can have a conversation, or if you can, with Matt Patricia about this, but there is when you're the OC or the DC at Ohio State, almost every game you play in, you've got more talent than the other side.
Right.
You've got a better defense than their offense and a better offense than their defense. That, I believe, is a great position to be in as a coordinator. Like to where I'm always going to have the 5 stars going against 4 and 3 stars. I'm always going to do that. And in the NFL, it is not that. NFL, clearly not that. You've got, because of salary caps, everything's even. There's more parity there. I know there's more parity now in college football, but nonetheless, in most weeks, out of the 12, out of the games this year, I mean, Texas will be tough. Oregon, Indiana, tough, but other games, though, it's like your side is going to be better than their side.
Yeah, this is probably the biggest outlier of that, just because of the schedule. Like, we'll see what USC is, but you got to go all the way across the country there, and they have talent. Indiana you mentioned, Oregon you mentioned, obviously Michigan at the end of the year. So, there are 4 probably losable games. I'm not saying the Buckeyes are going to lose 4 games. I don't think that. But this is probably as tough of a schedule as I remember.
Yeah.
But you're still, if you look at the odds that have come out, the early game odds, there are lines that have come out. Like Ohio State's favored, I think, in every game but the Texas game. And that game is like 1.5 or something last time I checked.
And later on, we're going to talk about that because I've got the SP Plus rankings where Ohio State is ranked higher. But coming up next, by the way, if you're in the chat, the Todd father is actually Jacob's father. So reach out to him. You can ask questions about, if you want any questions, Todd Father 32, any questions about Reimer's upbringing, his current state, or just things about him personally you want to know, ask on the chat on YouTube there. He will answer those. Todd Father's the best. Coming up next, though, another father. He's the daddy to all of us. He is Tim May. We'll talk Ohio State football next. This is Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
At CEC Turf and Tractor, family means everything. That's why we're proud to welcome Green & Sons Equipment's Mount Sterling and Marysville locations to the CEC family. We're honored to carry on the relationships Green & Sons has built in these communities for generations while expanding our ability to serve you with more parts, more inventory, and faster response times. As one of Ohio's largest Kubota dealers, CEC Turf and Tractor is growing without losing sight of what matters most: hardworking people, trusted relationships, and hometown service. Visit CECTurfandTractor.com today for all your Kubota needs.
This year, I'm going back to school at My Computer Career. They helped me get financial aid, and I chose between online or on-campus classes to fit my needs. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take their free career evaluation. It's never too late to go back to school.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Sleep Better Columbus has been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results and now has an office open in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Relax and let Kroger Pickup handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items, then choose your favorites, carefully pack everything up, and load it right into your trunk so you can feel confident it's what you ordered. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Pickup and Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first pickup or delivery order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts. And for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Drink up, Slappy. It's time for Beers and Buckeyes with Patrick Murphy.
Oh, if only. God, I'd love to have beers with Pat Murphy right now. Second best thing, Tim May joins us. Tim May, he is host of the Tim May Show podcast. Fan Sports. Tim, you told me earlier when I talked to you, you'd probably be picking up Chinese or Mexican food while we did this. Are you doing that?
No, I'm not. My day has been delayed. I had to go emergency babysit my 5.5-month-old, 6-month-old granddaughter.
Let's get it right.
While her mom took care of some business. Obviously, they live in Upper Arlington, and their power just came back last night, I think about 8 p.m., so I've been sort of on a swing. I loaned my generator to my son because he didn't have one, and I drove by their house yesterday afternoon and saw it three houses down. So I literally, I think, single-handedly saved Guilford Road.
So wait, your son? You said your son-in-law, son, right? You gave the generator to?
My son. That's
okay.
The one
so
with my grandkid.
And he gave to somebody else who was not named Tito, who didn't have power.
No, he was trying. Yes, exactly. He was trying to be the Good Samaritan, and I think it even kept exotic fish alive. There was an aquarium in one house that needed the pumps running. You know what I mean? It was they were either going to do that, or as I said to Dylan Davis on doing my podcast today, they were going to have the world's largest fish fry.
What is this? This is goldfish. Do you enjoy it? Tim, what have you learned about this Ohio State team that you did not know before? Or have you learned anything? Like going in like now versus where you were before you got to the practices for this camp, have you learned anything?
Yeah, I think they're deeper. They're deeper in the playmaker area on the offensive side, only because it's the first time last Saturday's the first time I got to see Legend Bay on the hoof, actually doing something. And he's as advertised, in my opinion. His feet are ridiculous how quick he is. And his desire to get upfield with the ball in his hands, either as a running back or as a slot back or maybe even a wide receiver. I mean, they're going to use him in it looks like several different ways. Obviously, he was not obviously. Maybe some people are just tuning in. They just get back from Mars. But he didn't get to take part in the first two practices, and because he was serving a team rules violation suspension. But when he did return. So my point is that goes with Devin McEwen, who just picked up where he left off at the end of spring last year. And, and of course they go with Jeremiah Smith and Brandon Ennis and other men of renown in that wide receiver room. I think it's going to be a very interesting season to watch in Ohio State football offensively.
Tim, we got some, I guess, news you could call it today, that senior day is now week 1.
Mm-hmm.
What do you, as a longtime coverer of this team, make of this?
When I first started covering Ohio State in 1984, the last home game was the last home game, number one. So they had senior day either the week before the Michigan game or the day of the Michigan game. Now things are convoluted. You can have a Big Ten championship game. You can then play another home game, as we know, in 2024. Ohio State's launch to its unprecedented run to a national championship, 4 straight wins, included another home game against Tennessee. And also senior tackle is, just kind of gotten lost in the whole deal, because senior tackle was usually the last practice before your last home game. But, I keep reminding people the 1968 team played 9 games and then played USC in the Rose Bowl. You know what I mean? There were 10 games. My point is I have no problem watching things sort of adjusted based on the times. And the interesting thing will be to watch on, newsworthy-wise, will be to watch on September the 5th, who has declared this to be their last season, at Ohio State. And will Jeremiah Smith, for example, be on the list? He's just a third-year player right on down the line. I think, Luke Montgomery and Carson Hinsman actually could return, right, based on the 5-for-5 thing
Luke
next
can,
year. But
for
anyway,
sure.
Yeah,
I'm not
Luke
sure on
can.
Carson.
Yeah. But anyway, so that'll be an interesting thing just to see who's on that list. But I have no problem with it, to be honest with you. I'm always honest with you. But to be truly honest with you, I have no problem with it whatsoever, because I think it'll add some interest to that Ball State game, along with Jim Trustle's name going up on the what's it called, the Ledge of Honor.
What do they call that?
Ledge.
I think it's the Ring of Honor.
The Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor.
Ledge of Honor seems different.
It is a ledge up there. That's just like, this whole thing going on with Jaden Daniels right now and LSU.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I think quit retiring numbers per se, because you're going to run out of numbers, number one. Number two, I think there's more honor in having your name up on a Ring of Honor than there is having a number retired, because, football only has really, 100 numbers counting 0 that they can go to, unless they go to triple digits. So I'm really don't get that whole Jaden Daniels thing. I know, at Ohio State for a long time, they didn't give the number 45 to anybody who was probably going to play after Archie Griffin won his second straight Heisman, still unprecedented. And then when Andy Katzenmoyer came along, they in essence got permission from Archie to let him use 45, and 45 has been in circulation pretty much ever since. But they still hold some of those numbers for what they think might be special players. But you run out of numbers at a place like Ohio State when if you start retiring Orlando Pace's number, which should be right. He should be on the Ring of Honor, just right on down the line. So instead, Carson Hinsman, I think, is wearing it, right? 75.
Yes.
So there you go.
Tim, I heard Tony Reale had an interesting point, and he was like, for the Jaden Daniels thing, the defensive back who wants to wear 5, instead of letting him wear 5, give him Roman numeral 5. Give him a V. Wouldn't that be great to do that? I think that's a cool idea.
That's some outside-the-box thinking.
He could also be like, the O, the block O jersey, or the 0 designates a guy who's considered a real team player, the guy that really exemplifies what you want as in Ohio State's case, a Buckeye, like Sonny Styles. The V could be for the guy, the lead cheerleader kind of guy on the team, fighting for victory.
Yes.
Fighting for victory. Vigor, as the stadium tower says, that houses the victory bell. With vigor.
We'll get you out here on this one. Tim May, host of the Tim May Show on FanStream Sports. Your take so far on Arthur Smith?
I like him a lot because, number one, I think he's very intelligent. Number two, he's been at the highest level, not only calling plays but organizing teams. Yeah, it didn't work out for him as a head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, but he was there. Someone thought he was worthy of being a head coach in the National Football League. And we all know NFL teams are not created equal in terms of rosters and everything else, although there's no excuse for a team not to be an all-star team in the NFL, but I digress. but I think he is really curious about where he can go with this offense in terms of the weapons that are going to be at the disposal of a returning Heisman Trophy finalist in Julian Sayin. And if the offensive line comes together, how good this offense can be, whether running the ball or throwing the ball. So I think he is the kind of guy that's going to utilize it, and he will not forget the tight end in the passing game. That's for sure. We all know that, but I got a sense he's champing at the bit to try to spread the ball out and try to keep as many people happy as possible.
Tim, I'm gonna include you in the tease here, which I don't ever do with a guest. So, do you know who did the song OPP?
OPP. What is? I don't even know that song.
Okay, you don't know it. It was Naughty by Nature, early '90s or late '80s.
It's not for young toilet training youngsters, is it?
Look. You should. People. My kids should not know what OPP means. But I was going to say, are you down with SP Plus? Because they said you're down with OPP, you're down with SP Plus. So that's okay. You didn't know it. I didn't expect you to. Tim, thanks for the time. We appreciate it. Go ahead. What?
What's SP Plus? What is that?
That's the ESPN ranking for the college football. They do they rank that.
Well, no wonder I'm not sure what you're talking about.
We're going to talk about SP Plus on the next segment, though. But we're going to talk about Ohio State's ranked number 1. So I just want to say thank you for joining us. That's what we're talking about next.
I'm not talking on the next segment, so that's good for me.
You're not. Go enjoy your food. All right, see you, buddy.
Hey, I'm doing the show in the morning, 10 to 1, man. Be sure to tune in. See you later.
You're the man. Tim May will be on Fan Sports Saturday there. So
you think you want to fill in for him?
I can't. No, I don't. Whatever Reimer needs, whatever he needs, I'll just fill it in. Reimer's, hey, Tito, can you mow my lawn? Yeah, Reimer, I'll do it. Why? Because I'm going to golf and not your tournament. That's fine. Coming up next, are you down with SP Plus? We'll do that next. This is, I almost did it again, Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
Football season is here. Make sure your internet is ready. Kinetic's 100% fiber gives you the fast, reliable connection to enjoy live football on YouTube TV and watch up to 4 live games at once with Multiview. Check real-time stats and catch more big plays without missing a snap. Take your game watching to a whole new level. Switch to Kinetic. Save up to $120 on your first year of YouTube TV. Visit GoKinetic.com for details. Subject to availability and eligibility. Terms, conditions, and restrictions apply. Cancel anytime. Kinetic. Internet better.
Need a roof you can count on? Ramos Roofing has protected homes and businesses throughout Ohio for almost 20 years. Whether it's a leaky roof, storm damage, new siding, or new gutters to protect your foundation, Ramos Roofing delivers quality materials, professional installation, and honest service every time. Get your free roof or exterior assessment today and ask about Ramos Roofing's no-interest financing options. Call 614-761-7663 or visit online at ramosroofingohio.com.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
The Reds are on the Fan's family of stations all season long. If you don't listen, Terry Francona will ride his scooter to your house and yell at you. Your home of the Reds. The Fan, The Fan 2, and The Fan 3.
Modern Office Methods, your authorized RICO dealer, can help your business optimize your print production with a competitive advantage. Our digital printing options will expand the type of paper and substrates from what your business can print on today. Add variable data capability, which allows for personalization of catalogs and mailers, and the ability for short-run label printing, which allows your business to print high volumes of custom labels quickly and on demand. Want to learn more? Start with a print assessment at momnet.com. Why risk it? You can count on Mom.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner.
The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
They're trained. They're prepared. Let's do it. They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Bob's Discount Furniture has the furniture you've waited 250 years for. We've got power reclining sofas as low as $7.99, 5-piece dining sets as low as $3.99, Bob-O-Pedic mattresses for as low as $2.99, and of course feature-packed bestsellers like my Playday sectional with pop-up sleeper sofa. So stop in or shop mybobs.com to see where America shops for furniture. Oh, my Bob! Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Weston Air Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
It's time for your daily dose of vitamin B.
B stands for Buckeyes.
Just in case that wasn't clear.
You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
I'm never here on the normal radio stuff. I'm usually on PBS over there. But Reimer, I never said Tim May would join us on the Bryant Heating Cooling System Fan Guest Hotline. Do I have to add to that
what you just did there?
The Western thing that they said, like Western. What was it? The comeback from that? What was it? The Western, the hotline. What was it sponsored by?
I don't know.
You didn't listen to it?
Nope, I guess not.
Okay. I think it was like Western Heating Cooling and Bryant Heating Cooling. It was like two people. Maybe they're all the same.
Yeah.
Those people, though. Those people sponsor the hotline. And that's where Tim May was. SP Plus. All right. So SP Plus is a thing where it's opponent adjusted measure of college football efficiency, as I read from the sheet. It's a predictive measure of the most sustainable and predictable aspects of football, not a resume ranking. Along those same lines, these projections aren't intended to be a guess at what the AP Top 25 will look like at the end of the year. These are simply early offseason power rankings based on the information we have been able to gather to date. Patrick Murphy, Ohio State's number 1 in that. Oregon number 2, Notre Dame 3, Georgia 4, Indiana 5, Texas, Miami, Texas Tech, A&M, and LSU round out the top 10. It is too early to say who the best teams are in the country, specifically like who's number 1 for sure. But those teams I just listed to you, Ohio State, Oregon, Notre Dame, Georgia, Indiana, Texas, Miami, Texas Tech, A&M, LSU. Do you feel confident those are mostly the top 10 teams in the country?
I think that's probably a good starting point. Look, I think any metric, any ranking, any poll you have right now, you're using information that's going to change, right? Mm-hmm. Because we don't know, we don't get to see these teams play preseason football.
Right.
Like, you're basing this off of returning talent, what they did last year, all this stuff, transfers, things like that. So I think while I find SP Plus and some of these other metrics that are out there interesting, like when they actually become interesting is, when you hit conference season and teams are actually teams have played 4 games and now sort of what they look like, and you're starting to see them play other teams of similar level and things like that. So, I think this is a good starting point. Like, I think if you ask most people, and you just asked me, I guess, how you would, who are your top 5 teams in the country, I think that's kind of the general conversation that you'd get is those teams.
The only team I am not sold on, Peter in the chat.
Can I guess?
The same way. Go ahead.
Is it LSU?
No, it's Texas Tech.
All right.
I'm just not completely there on Texas Tech yet. The ones after that, top 10 are Oklahoma, USC, Alabama, Tennessee, Michigan. I think Michigan, I don't believe in Michigan because I think that Bryce Underwood's a scrub. I could see Oklahoma, John Mateer back. I think that's a big deal for them. I think they could move up. But based on the SP thing, based on the way they do the rankings and everything, they think Ohio State is a 7.5-point favorite over Texas, which is a big number. I think right now Texas is probably favored, but it's close no matter what.
Yeah. And that's, I assume, on a neutral field, right? Is the way that
I think that's how they do it. Yeah. Well, no, they don't do that way because they do it. They build in home field in that because they've got Oklahoma and Michigan. They said home field makes Oklahoma and Michigan a virtual toss-up.
Okay.
And BYU has a big edge, 7.9 over Arizona. Ohio State is 7.5 in the rankings over Texas.
I think that's interesting because I think most people would say, like, if you just ask neutral college football aficionado, like Texas at home, probably the favorite. Even if you think Ohio State's going to win, even if you think Ohio State's the better team, like that home field advantage is going to matter in that game. And tonight game, like all that stuff. So, and look, Texas is really talented too. We know that, right? We saw it last year. Those two go toe-to-toe. Granted, it was the first game of the season. But I think that game's going to tell us, I don't want to say a lot because this team's going to evolve. We're talking about the defense earlier, and I think as this season goes on, this defense is going to get better and better and better, just like the offense did last year. But like we're going to learn some things, and that's why I like playing these non-conference games, and I hope they don't start to go away because you do start to learn things. Like I would not want to see Ball State, Kent State, and insert, a similar level team. Yeah. Like that doesn't teach me anything about the Buckeyes before we get into fall camp or conference season. Sorry. And it doesn't teach me anything about Texas either. Like just from a college football perspective, I want to see these teams play, right? And so that's what I think is valuable here. Plus, like, just from a college football fan, like whether you're going to go to these games, like I know a lot of Buckeye fans that already have tickets to get down there and have spent a ton of money on buying tickets in Austin. I have a buddy who now lives in Austin, who's excited about it. He's actually a Texas fan, despite not going to Texas and not really living there. But that's a different story. Yeah, me neither. But so like. There's just this general excitement, like the Michigan-Oklahoma game, probably to a lesser extent, but similar. Like you want these games to get the season going, or else it's just kind of it almost feels like preseason football. Like you mentioned, you watched a little bit of preseason football. Yeah. If you weren't a diehard Ohio State fan, right, but you like the Buckeyes, you like college football, and they played 3 teams they're going to beat by 60. Yeah. Like you probably tune in a little bit, but not to the same, like people are going to be, I mean, even here in Columbus, people are going to have people over, like it's going to be a whole thing. And I just, I know we're kind of veering off what you asked me, but I just hope that these games don't go away because it's too important, I think, to the sport.
Well, I asked Ryan Day about that on Fan Sports Saturday, and I said, look, is this you've got one marquee game in the non-conference. You've got Alabama home and home coming up, Georgia home and home coming up. Do you think that is the ideal way to do the schedule? And he was like, yeah, I want to play one of those marquee games. Right. And I love the fact he said that. And I have now reverted to calling Indiana's head coach Coward Sigpetti because he's not playing. He got out of the Notre Dame series, out of Virginia, look at the non-conference schedule for the next 7 years unless they change something. But Coward Sigpetti is going to keep playing weak-ass teams. By the way, I know when we talk, the camera comes on us. When someone yawns, the camera does not go on them. But Reimer over there just had a huge yawn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm telling you now. I'm saying, this is the way they usually call it. They say there's talent and there's producers. When the talent sees a producer yawn like that, Todd Father, it's a bit distracting.
That's crazy.
No, and it's insulting.
That's crazy.
It's disrespectful.
I did no such thing.
It was one of the biggest yawns. It was a dad yawn is what it was.
He's got an 11-month-old at home.
I know he does, yes. But he yawned like my dad yawns, and my dad is damn near 80. That was the yawn it was. Nonetheless, you didn't see it on camera. I'm just telling you, he yawned.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Anyway, so I hope they keep doing it. Yes. Ryan thinks it's a priority.
Well, and I think to that point, if you ask Ryan or you ask players, the goal is you want to go undefeated and win the national championship like Indiana did last year. But you also want to play. You want to compete. That's what these guys are there for, right? Like going out and winning by 40 every game and having Jeremiah Smith off the field at halftime. Like you want those games. And I know you get more of them in the Big Ten now because of the expansion and some of the teams that are in that conference. But you just, as a competitor, I feel like I would like to play all 3 non-conference games against really good teams. Now, I know you're not going to do that for various reasons, but like, look at the NFL. There's even when the worst team in the NFL plays the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's not like that's a blowout most of the time. Every once in a while, you'll see a blowout in the NFL, but it's competitive, and that's what these guys want. And so, like, that's another part of why I think that these games matter so much for this sport is, you don't come to Ohio State to just run teams off the field every week. Even Alabama in their heyday were playing competitive games in the SEC, and they played non-conference games against not always the best teams, but they did those neutral site games like Virginia Tech and stuff like that. Like, at the very least, I would like to see those games, if not the big boys playing like this one will be.
Sure. I'm excited about this game. And I know when I talked to Carpenter about it, and Carp argues back, like the last 3 national champions did not play strong teams in the non-conference games. All 3 of them. Ohio State's year, a weak-ass non-conference schedule. Michigan, well, they were cheating, so it doesn't matter. Nonetheless, who they were playing. But they had weak non-conference. Indiana last year, all 3 did, so why play it? I'm saying play it because it's good for the sport.
Yes.
And I think I do think, even though, like Ohio State last year, they played Texas, tough non-conference game, did not, he did not win the championship, but it's not because they played Texas.
Right.
You know what I mean? They didn't play well the games Indiana and Miami. They needed to.
Yeah. Those, according to Steve Sarkisian, the reason they didn't make it was because they played Ohio State.
Right.
And I think also the way this schedule works, like you get the home game to open the season against a team you're going to beat, but there's going to be excitement. It's the home opener. Starts the season. Then you get your big game. Then you have win or lose. You come home and you have a game where you can get some things right, because there will be things, even if Ohio State goes to Austin and wins, that they're going to need to correct before you play Illinois and start the Big Ten the next week. So I really like that sort of flow of like opener, should win. Next game, let's really compete. And then we've got a game before conference play starts where, if we need to kind of pick up some things or whatnot, it's out there, it's available. And then you get into the conference. Like, that's, if I were to make a schedule every year, that's the way I would set it up.
Reimer, how long's our break coming up here?
4 minutes.
Okay. If you want to do a college basketball pulse on the fly, you've got that much time to figure it out, or do football. I'm just telling you, your dad said you yawned because we're not talking basketball. I'm telling you now, if you want to do a CBB pulse, you come up with the topics, we'll adapt on the fly, all right?
All right.
That's next. Buckeye Show.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan.
At CEC Turf and Tractor, family means everything. That's why we're proud to welcome Green & Sons Equipment's Mount Sterling and Marysville locations to the CEC family. We're honored to carry on the relationships Green & Sons has built in these communities for generations while expanding our ability to serve you with more parts, more inventory, and faster response times. As one of Ohio's largest Kubota dealers, CEC Turf and Tractor is growing without losing sight of what matters most: hardworking people, trusted relationships, and hometown service. Visit CECTurfandTractor.com today for all your Kubota needs.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and football season is here. Time to score big at Germain Toyota of Columbus. Whether you're hauling the tailgate or heading to the big game, drive home in a tough new 2026 Toyota Tundra with 2.99% APR financing for up to 72 months, or call an audible and lease the 2026 Tacoma SR for just $349 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing and 10,000 miles per year. Make this your championship drive at Germain Toyota of Columbus, right off I-70 and Bryce Road. Visit GermainToyota.net today.
Paul Keels here, voice of the Ohio State Buckeyes. You have to check out the brand new AAA Buckeyes MVP membership. Get all the benefits of AAA, such as 24/7 roadside assistance, plus chances to win tickets to Buckeye sporting events, access to exclusive MVP experiences, along with 10% off gear at the Ohio State team shop. Already a AAA member? Add the Buckeye MVP membership upgrade for free. Head to AAA.com/Buckeyes to join the squad and put your fandom in drive.
Cancer. For some, it's one of life's fiercest foes, but not at the James. While cancer hides, we hunt as a team like no other, giving patients access to the most advanced treatment options and sparking new hope. So if you just heard the words, "you have cancer," you should know this. We heard them too. And there's no better team in the nation to create a cancer-free world. The James at Ohio State.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good evening, I'm Jacob Reimer. The Cincinnati Reds begin an 8-game homestand tonight. First, a series with the Marlins. They're currently underway down at Great American Ballpark, still scoreless into the 4th inning. As for Cleveland, the Guardians return home to start a series with the Padres. First pitch tonight is here at 7:10. NBA news, the Cavs have finalized the trade to send Dennis Schroeder to the Hornets in exchange for Trey Mann. This move allows Cleveland to keep pursuing roster moves and tax savings to keep them under the second apron. And in golf, through 2 rounds of the FedEx St. Jude Championship in Memphis, Scotty Scheffler sits at the top of the leaderboard at 11 under par after a 9 under 61 today. The world number 1 has a 3-shot lead heading into the weekend. This update is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Open a savings account for the youth in your life, which is $5 at BMI Federal Credit Union, and they'll put $100 into a used certificate. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
I did it live. Well done by you. Thanks. A lot of people mailed in and recorded. Good for you. You're a pro.
I appreciate that.
I don't care what the topics say. You pick the topics, basketball, football, whatever you want to do. I'm telling you now, Patrick and I will adapt.
So I'm torn.
Do whatever you want to do.
Because I like the football ones that I put together before the show.
You can do that if you want to. It's whatever. It can be football, it can be basketball, whatever you want to do.
We can mix it up.
Okay, mix
it around. Because I thought the first football one that I found was very interesting. Kirk Herbstreit was with On Three's Andy Staples, and he was talking about Trinidad Chambliss, the quarterback at Ole Miss, who's now back for them. And he says, Trinidad Chambliss, to me, I think is going to be the face of college football this year. I think he's as good as the sport has to offer at that position. That guy's a stud, and the way he does it, too, I love his story. Do you guys agree with Herbie?
I think it's an interesting story.
Yes.
And he was very successful last year. I don't think he's the face of college football.
No.
I think if you asked, again, going back to just average college football fan, you just showed him a picture of Trinidad Chambliss, I doubt they could name him.
I couldn't. No, I couldn't even.
But Arch Manning?
Yeah. Or the two that are here in Columbus.
I don't know. I think Julian Sayin might be in the same boat. I don't think a lot of college football fans, just because he hasn't gotten the same hype. On Three had another article, since we're on the topic. Ari Wasserman had an article today about, I think it was today, about is Julian Sayin underrated?
Yeah.
Or is this kind of his situation? And we've talked about it all offseason, right? I think he has not been talked about enough, which is fine for him, But so I disagree with that on Trinidad Chambliss. Not talent or anything like that. Just though I do think if he was the elite, he'd be in the NFL and not having petition to come back.
I am so excited to watch the September 6th matchup with Louisville and Ole Miss with Trinidad and Lincoln Kienholz. I can't wait to see that. I'm a huge Lincoln Kienholz fan this year. I want to see how he does. But Chambliss, you're right. I would not have picked him out of a lineup, and maybe not Julian Sayin. I'd probably pick Julian Sayin now. Let's be real about it. I probably would.
The only thing that I would counter to Pat's point is he had a New York Post article written about his girlfriend. So
there you go.
That's how he's noticeable.
Is she a Kardashian?
No,
she's a girl.
Are we done with Kardashians?
You're asking the wrong people.
No, I'm asking. Okay, is there another wave of Kardashians like the daughters coming through?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't follow that.
Good. I don't either. That's why I'm asking. Look, I don't want any more Kardashians. No offense, Kardashians.
Did you guys see that Will Wade got his 5th player?
Oh, good for him.
Who'd he get?
Sky Clark, who is still could end up not being eligible because of the 5 and 5.
Is that Sky with 2 Ys?
Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure I got the right Sky.
Yes. Former 5-star, and he's the teams that he has played for.
Yeah, I was going to ask, can you list them off?
UCLA.
Right, I remember that.
Illinois. I want to say Kentucky.
I see on this right here is Illinois, Louisville, UCLA.
Louisville, I forgot. Okay. I mixed them up. I mixed up the Kentuckys. Oh gosh, they're going to come for me now.
I can't believe you just did that.
They're going to come for me.
They are different people. Okay, it's amazing to me how he's going to pull this together. Because he's going to have 5 on the floor to start the season. He has to have at least a bench player too.
My team is on the floor.
I understand that, Norm, but I'm just saying that they have to have. And so I didn't know. I really thought that I would get when they had the 5 for 5 when they opened up that next window. I figured they'd be like, oh, these 6 people committed to LSU, and it really hasn't happened yet. It's amazing to me what it's going to look like this year.
I'm wondering if this is going to factor into anything because he really only has 4 guys eligible on roster, and they're supposed to start scheduling classes within the next week, I think. And so, could we get to a point where it gets to October and no decision's been made, and then they're just like, oh, okay, yeah, we got this Power 5 school that currently only has 4 players eligible. So unless we grant this, then he will have a team. But if we don't, then there's going to be a big Power 5 school that doesn't have a team to put out.
And he's making a lot of money. That's the head coach there.
It's amazing that he's going about it this way.
Yes. I don't know what they're going to do.
He's just that confident in his coaching.
Yeah, that's what it's coaching. Hey, guys, what are we running? The 2-on-2 drill. Again, that's all we could run. We've got 4 players.
Meanwhile, Ohio State is potentially trying to add 2 more players to their roster that is already at 14.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm okay with it depending on who it is, but I'm cool with who the stars are. I think I'm pretty confident in that. Just add some more depth piece. I mean, hey, a few more 7-footers I wouldn't be upset with.
Your boys added somebody, right?
North Carolina?
Yeah, they had somebody or lose somebody. What was it? There was a Carolina player did something, or former Carolina player.
So they added a center from South Dakota, Cameron Finns.
Okay.
And that basically filled up their roster. And now Seth Trimble, who was in Carolina folklore forever because of the shot he hit against Duke, is now transferring to Louisville with this 5 and 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bother you?
It bothers me because of the NCAA.
Yeah.
If they would have just made this decision in April to grandfather these seniors in, then we wouldn't be in this spot right now. And Seth Trimble could come back for a 5th year at North Carolina. Instead, he's spent his whole career in Carolina Blue, and now he has to go. So that's the downside of this all, is you've got guys like that are known for something else, and now they're finishing in a different way.
Why is he not in the NBA?
I mean, yeah, he should do that too. He'd average 10 points a game in the summer league, but I think it's a money thing because he was going to be on an Exhibit 10, and that's only getting you $100,000. Right. And I think it was rumored that Louisville was offering him $3 to $3.5 million to come play. So
that's a good amount of money.
Yeah, if you want to make $100,000, be a producer here at the Fan on the Buckeye Show.
Okay.
Who has more talent this year? North Carolina, Ohio State?
Oh.
I love doing this to him because he's going to say North Carolina on the Buckeye Show. The show he works for, he's going to say it.
So draft talent.
It's a draft has more talent.
Draft talent. It might sway towards North Carolina.
Okay.
I feel like I'm more confident in Ohio State this year to be anything than North Carolina.
I saw a mock draft that had Anthony Thompson going 5th overall to Memphis next year.
Yeah. There's a lot of draft experts that love him.
I've seen him anywhere from 5 now to 19, somewhere in that range. Good Lord, though.
Yeah.
And it's not often that we get, and you and I talked about this before, not we get Buckeyes, before the season starts, we say, oh, yeah, they're one and done.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't happen with, who came through most recently?
Malachi Branham.
Malachi, when he came through, I didn't think he was going to be one and done.
Same.
And first half of the year, he certainly wasn't ready to do it, and then took off in the second half of the season.
He had like a 35-point game at Nebraska.
Yes, I was there.
Wow, you were there.
Yeah, Steve Helligan and I came back from the Rose Bowl, and it was cheaper for us to fly to Nebraska, get a hotel, stay the night, and then fly back to Columbus.
Timing.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
Then to fly from LA to Columbus.
Nickel Bank Arena, baby.
Yeah, it was fun. I didn't think
a very fun atmosphere.
Yeah, it was great.
Did you speak Nebraskan? Do you know how to speak that language? I don't know. I'm not sure what language you speak there. Anyway,
Nebraska ball.
Yeah, it was but he's a guy like there's not many guys. I think even D'Angelo Russell was not like, oh, this guy's one and done. We thought he's a 5-star, really good.
Yeah.
Didn't think at the start of the season or before the season this guy be one and done.
Mike Conley. Like if that postseason, if he doesn't have that postseason run, he probably comes back for his sophomore season.
I have said all along, there's no way Conley makes it in the NBA. I still stand by that.
Yeah, 20 years later.
I understand, but I'm telling you, the guy
is the highest paid Ohio State athlete.
I know he is. I said the same thing about Michael Redd. When Redd left for the NBA, I said, oh, this is a mistake. This guy's not ready. And now he's got a gold medal, like $500 million, whatever he's got. So clearly I'm not the one to listen to. Not that they ever did. But if you're an Ohio State player, don't come to me for advice on whether to go to the draft or not.
To bring it back to Anthony Thompson real quick, because like it definitely sets up an interesting element for this team because he's a 5-star, and I fully believe that he can compete to be the team's second option, right with John Mobley Jr., right with Amari Bynum, and as a 5-star, you kind of expect that, but if he does make the jump that experts expect him to and be a top 5 to 10 draft pick, that's going to say a lot about the future with more freshmen, 5-star freshmen that can come in. Because I keep seeing a whole lot of graphics of these 5 or 4 stars that are cutting their lists to top 4s, top 5s, top 6. And I keep seeing Jake Diebler up on those graphics with Ohio State. And so if you can turn Anthony Thompson into a top 10 pick in the NBA draft, that's going to tell a lot to these recruits and maybe get some more high-level guys here.
Great for the program, really is. And I hate, I will use I'll get with the younger people on this one with the little young money and Bedrock. I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave. That's how I'm going to feel about Anthony Thompson is the fact that I hate to see him go. I love to watch him leave because I think it's great if he ends up being a one and done. I do. If he's one and done, that means Ohio State had a great season and he had a great season. And that's good for everybody going forward.
Absolutely. And the talent is definitely there for them to get to a second weekend, go on a run, make some noise, compete in the Big Ten. We'll see.
Call me Mr. Flintstone. Coming up next, last night in the NFL, Buckeyes play. We'll do that. Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible. But Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the Columbus community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
When it's too hot to go out, it's definitely too hot for your AC to go out. The Waterworks Heating and Cooling Pros are here to help. We offer fast repair and AC replacement for any cooling system when you need it. Plus, we're a premier Lennox dealer and can install an energy-efficient system for a great price. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit us online at thewaterworks.com. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Introducing Optimized IT, the managed services division of Modern Office Methods. With our cutting-edge managed IT services, we bring proven management strategies to the table to support your current IT team. That's not all. Our experienced team provides insight on how to maximize efficiency, helping you achieve your goals faster. Concerned about security? Our backup solutions help guarantee your data is protected around the clock, giving you peace of mind. Start at OptimizedIT.net for your free IT assessment. Stay ahead, stay secure, and stay optimized.
Bishop and Friends.
You can't bring that up in our house. I don't want to hear about it, and certainly my wife doesn't want to hear about it. So we're just going to act like it's not going to happen and then deal with it.
The days are long, the years are fast, right?
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Cellar.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, where can you get a full suite of business banking services served up by well-trained, caring employees with unquestionable integrity? It's right here at Heartland. Relationships matter. I'm Scott McComb. Come over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bob's Discount Furniture has the furniture you've waited 250 years for. We've got power reclining sofas as low as $7.99, 5-piece dining sets as low as $3.99, Bobo-pedic mattresses for as low as $2.99, and of course feature-packed bestsellers like my Playday sectional with pop-up sleeper sofa. So stop in or shop mybobs.com to see where America shops for furniture.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Well, Saturday starts off with a little bit of fog, then some breaks of sunshine. Then we're going to watch for a 60% chance of some showers, some severe thunderstorms late in the day, which could deliver wind and heavy rain potential. Highs around 86. On Sunday, some breaks of sun early, then a 50% chance of rain and storms, and high temps at about 90. That is your 97.1 The Fan weather forecast. I'm 10 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Chris Tomer.
We're very close to Buckeye football. Very close. Uncomfortably close. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Indeed you are. We are The Buckeye Show. It's Tito. It's Pat Murphy. It's Jacob Reimer, the Todd father's son, across the glass over there. NFL last night. I was excited to watch, and I don't know. Admittedly, Patrick, I watched more World Cup soccer this year than I ever have in any other World Cup year.
I like that.
All right, that was what I did. I watched more World Cup than I ever have before.
Oh yeah, Pat's a big fan of that.
I know he's a huge fan of that. Yes, that's why I'm kissing up to him. Because I secretly, Reimer, just so you know, I know after the show he talks to Fish. Fish says, "How was Tito?" And if he says Tito was awful, then I know that I'll. On top of everything that's happened already, I'll probably get reprimanded.
I texted Fish today. He did not respond, so I'm not sure.
Sick. Fish is sick.
I know.
Yes, but you'll still talk to him. Nonetheless, it was fun watching World Cup. I did really enjoy that. I watched even non-USA games because I wanted to see that. And then in preseason football this year, for me at least, it feels like it's a more interesting to me because of the quarterback battles when you've got guys like Tua and like Kyler Murray who are coming in on minimum deals because of the other teams are paying all their money.
Right.
You've got Mendoza. You've got the Will Howard situation in Pittsburgh. So I feel like there's more to watch this year. And so and also Anthony Richardson in Indianapolis, they started him last night, which is all, because they're trying to trade him. But Will Howard last night, the plan was for the Steelers, they were going to start Mason Rudolph, have him play 2 series, and then have Will Howard play the rest of the first half, and then have Aller play, Drew Aller. I always call him the overrated Drew Aller, but he had a good game last night. But Drew Aller played the entire second half. But the first quarter, Rudolph's 2 drives took up the entire first quarter.
Yes.
So they let Howard play the second quarter and then part of the third. Every quarterback for Pittsburgh was great. They all had great numbers. Will Howard, though, he did go 7 of 9 for 86 yards, led them down to a touchdown drive, although it was not his. When Rudolph was in.
It should have been.
It should have been.
The guy just was like inches down with his knee.
I know. And then when Rudolph played before, I think Rudolph went like 10 for 11, and he did not lead them to a touchdown, but led them to a field goal. Drew Aller then, he threw for 154 yards and 2 touchdowns and ran for 1 also. And so, but I don't think that Aller's performance affects Will Howard at all. I feel like for the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's going to be Will Howard or Mason Rudolph. They're going to keep one and cut the other.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And so, although it was a big deal, now look, he played great. He really did. Aller looked good last night. Howard looked really good also. But it just, I don't think that the Aller performance affects Will Howard. I think Will Howard, Mason Rudolph is the battle there. And if Will Howard can look like he's competent enough to be the backup to start the season, I think he sticks around.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair assessment of that. And look, Aaron Rodgers has come out and talked very glowingly over the last year about Will Howard, right? And we didn't get to see him last year with the injury, much if at all. I don't think he played at all.
He didn't play at all. This is the first time we saw him play. Yeah.
So look, it's preseason. Take it with a grain of salt. Yeah. But I mean, you saw the ceiling Will Howard has during the college football playoff run. Yeah. And if he can play closer to that ceiling more consistently, the guy's an NFL quarterback. Now, what he become, is he a starting NFL quarterback? Is he a career backup? Is he a guy that's going to kind of journeyman around? I don't know if obviously he wants to start, but
sure.
As we were talking about earlier, like you can make a really good career being a backup quarterback who starts. I mean, look at like Geno Smith or Teddy Bridgewater, who just retired.
Chase Daniels.
Chase
Daniels made a ton of money as a backup quarterback.
And some of these guys, like you're a backup one year, and then you end up on another roster because you got a chance to play, and now, like Arizona right now, you've got, a rookie quarterback. So
Carson Beck right there.
Yep. Bring in a
Justin
guy.
Fields has jumped around a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like, I would say that's a little disappointing given Fields was a Heisman contender and a first round pick, but you're still in the NFL. And if Patrick Mahomes,
I was going to say this is probably his best spot that he's been in too.
I would think the Steelers, by the way, the Steelers quarterbacks yesterday combined to go 27 of 33. Not too bad for 313 yards and 2 touchdowns. And like I say, Aller ran for 1, threw for 2. They all had great numbers. So, and also, I don't know if you saw this, not Jack Sawyer had a sack. Do you know who he sacked?
I do.
Kyle McCord. Yes. I think he said anything to him when he was going down. I think he gave him any kind of, like, if you were Jack Sawyer, would you say something to him? Would you apologize, or would you say, take that B, with B being a cuss word that we can't say on the air that rhymes with which?
Jack's a pretty nice guy, so I imagine there was either no trash talk,
right,
or he was polite. I don't think he's like was it Tim Tebow and some guys that like thanked the defensive end after they get sacked and things like that. But I think Jack's a nice guy that would not say too much to a former teammate.
Caden Curry, he had a decent game last night as well. He had a sack, team high 5 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 pass deflections in their 13-13 tie with for Indianapolis against the Patriots. Also tonight you got Broncos Falcons going on right now, Bucks and Jets going on right now, and Dolphins Commanders going on right now as well.
Seth McLaughlin,
yes,
played well at center. He's now with the Lions.
Okay,
was playing against the Bengals where he played his I don't know if it was the entire rookie year.
Right.
That's a guy to keep an eye on. Now, coming off that Achilles, that takes some time to get back, especially for an offensive lineman to get back, but really anybody. And from what, I've just read some things from, reporters I've seen. I think there's some real interest in him and what he could do in Detroit. So he could latch on there. And I don't know, if he's in line to start or anything like that. Also, talking about the Colts and defensive end, JT Tuimoloau.
Yeah,
I think this is a big year. We mentioned Jack Sawyer. Like he needs to pop a little bit more, especially when you've got a rookie like Caden Curry there in the same position room. He had some good games last year, but I think, a guy who was a former 5-star and all that stuff, and maybe the Colts just aren't the right situation. It's not like I watch every Colts game closely, but that's a guy that I kind of expected to get to the NFL and make some noise, and he hasn't done a ton of that yet.
Caden McDonald played well for the Texans last night.
Yeah, saw a little bit of that.
Yep. It says in the article, and you can tell me what this means, produce a run stuff during his 21 plays of action. Is that just a tackle on a run, you think?
Yeah, just usually, line of scrimmage, you go up and make the stop.
In all the time you've covered Ohio State, is there a player that you thought, or what player did you think, like, this guy probably won't be great in the NFL, that turned around to be great? After all my mocking of myself for Mike Conley and Michael Redd and the missteps on that one, rightfully so. But is there a player that has overperformed, overachieved in the NFL based on how you thought he would be? Not saying you thought he'd be a bust, but he just has done better than you thought he would in the NFL.
I'd have to think on that. Let me have some time to think, and we'll that's how we'll start the next segment. Because I'm sure there is, but I'd have to give that some thought.
There are certainly a lot of NFL players out there, and we've heard the people come through and saying that. I talked to earlier this week with Albert Breer on Morning Juice, and he was out at Ohio State practice on Friday, I believe. As he was passing through he did 18 teams in 18 days, some ridiculous number. But and he talked about how all the different NFL scouts that were out there, NFL representatives he talked to, and a lot of them said, and this is, I'm going to say disrespect meant for Bill Belichick, and was it Mike Lombardi? Is that the other guy there?
That's fine.
Okay. And said that Ohio State, a lot of these guys viewed them as the 33rd NFL team. Like, that's how much talent Ohio State has year in and year out. And we are spoiled by that here. I totally accept that we are spoiled by that because, but I do look at that. Now, I'm not saying Ohio State could beat an NFL team, but Ohio State does have, to me, more talent than anybody else in the country again this year, and more potential is another word to put out there, I think, in addition to more talent, more potential than any other team in college football this year, and that's why they rank number 1 in the preseason polls. We have another poll comes out, next week? Is that what we got there?
Monday, yep.
Monday?
The AP poll.
AP poll.
I had a thought about your question about NFL players, and we all knew that Jackson Smith and Jigba was could have been something spectacular in the league, but do you guys think that are you shocked that it came this quick? Like, offensive player of the year, Super Bowl champion, he's only in his 3rd year in the league?
Yeah. Super Bowl champion, you can't guess that, right?
Yeah.
The other stuff, no. And I actually, going into last season, I remember having this conversation with a buddy who's a big Buckeye and NFL fan, not disappointed, but he hadn't taken off the way that I expected him to. Now, offensive player of the year that early, no, I guess not to that. But I did think a little bit that he, and some of that was who else was on the Seahawks and whatnot.
The quarterback situation, right? Yeah.
For him to get offensive player of the year with the quarterbacks as he's had is pretty spectacular.
Well, Sam Darnold's been all right.
Yeah.
To answer, I was looking through the guys that have been drafted. Not one that I covered, but just one in general. Brian Hartline, the career he had from where he was drafted. Yeah. And he was good at Ohio State, don't get me wrong, but
I'm with you on that one. No, did not expect that at Miami. No. Yeah, never expected that.
And even another one, Terry McLaurin, solid player. 3rd round pick, seemed about right.
Yeah.
He's just got this huge contract. He's the guy in terms of receiver. And
you're right.
In Washington, now they did just sign Stephon Diggs, but that's in I think, complimentary role. So those are two as I kind of scrolled through guys as they got drafted.
The Todd father mentioned Terry McLaurin in the chat, and that's what I thought of too. Yeah, you're right. Coming out, I thought he'd be a good receiver. I did not think he would be what he is.
Jonathan Cooper, a 7th round draft pick.
Wow. Yeah.
Has been in the league that long. That's and playing quite a bit.
Yeah.
Baron Browning, that same draft. Just given what, Ohio State kind of screwed that all up by not using him and as sort of on the edge.
Sure.
Kind of like we saw Arvell a little bit last year and how he's played in Denver. So he's another guy. I think if Ohio State had used him better, he probably would have been a guy that was a shoo-in. I mean, very just the talented. Athletic freak and everything.
Talented. Coming next, which college football coach is most likely to become an ex-college football coach? That's next. This is the Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
The magic of Harry Potter is now at Tim's. Choose your Hogwarts house donut, summon the refreshing flavor of sparkling Patronus, or seek out the delicious golden snitch Timbit. Try them all at Tim's.
At participating U.S. restaurants while supplies last.
What can ADP do for small business? We help answer the business questions, like how do you track employee time? How do you do payroll taxes? Or what does compliance even mean? So small businesses can focus on bigger questions. Now florists can ask, can we invent another holiday to sell bouquets? Pizza shops can ask, how do we stuff a calzone into a pizza crust? And pool cleaners can ask, what is that thing in the filter? These are the questions you can focus on when ADP takes care of the business of your small business. ADP for small business.
Your next getaway is closer than you think at your Columbus Zoo. Baby elephants, playful tigers, hungry giraffes. Explore North America Trek and discover rescued bear cubs, eagles, and more. Plan your visit today at columbuszoo.org.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State National Championship quarterback and former CareSource kid, Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. Seeing that CareSource heart around town, I just knew they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. This is so much more than health insurance. CareSource, today and always. Trust it. Visit caresource.com.
For over 30 years, Schumacher Homes has been building affordable custom homes throughout the Buckeye State. Experience true customization on your land, your way, without any compromises. Come visit any of our 9 Ohio model home and design studio locations to see the latest in design trends and learn about our award-winning building process, or start online at SchumacherHomes.com. You'll be surprised how affordable a custom home will be. Schumacher Homes, proud home building sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Someone out there probably thinks we spend too much time talking about the Buckeyes. Please tell someone that they're stupid. You're listening to the Buckeye Show.
Buckeye Show. It's Tito. It's Pat Murphy. It's also Jacob Reimer. Hoops God, we like to call him. Where can I find you on Twitter again? What's your...
At RhymeTime05.
RhymeTime05. If you ever think there's college basketball off season, you're wrong. He will tell you you're wrong. Because he's got stuff he's posting all the time on that. Stuart Mandel does a mailbag every week for The Athletic. Question was asked this week. You're a betting man. You're putting your life savings on 2 coaches. The first P4 coach we fired this season, and the one coach that's on the hottest seat that everyone thinks should be fired but will still be coach at the end of the season. The answer he gave was Norvell, probably, for being the most likely coach to be fired. Florida State's had a tough run since he lost his quarterback a couple years ago, but for the playoff. Is Luke Fickell the answer for Big Ten coaches?
I think it's Mike Loxley.
You think it's Loxley in Maryland?
Yeah. There were a lot of jokes at Big Ten Media Day about this as Loxley's, it's been good to see you. This is probably the last time we see you here at Big Ten Media Days. Yeah, that's probably the answer. Though, I mean, Fickell, they've now invested like that. They've given him money.
Yeah.
So he does have to produce. I don't know what that expectation is. If you're Wisconsin, what the line is of Luke keeps his job and doesn't. He was asked about that at Big Ten Media Days and kind of shrugged it off as that's not how we're thinking. But yeah, I think those are probably the two most likely. In Big Ten, at least.
I could see Fickell being the one making it to the end of the year just because of all the resources they gave him this year.
Right.
So, we gave you this, go out there and prove it and show that, we can give you a couple more years. But then if it's way bad, then, yeah, you got to cut ties probably.
There's a couple things in play with Fickell. And first of all, Fickell's a perfect example of somebody, he didn't forget how to coach. He was a really good coach at Cincinnati.
Yeah,
and players at Ohio State, they stand by him as far as when he was here as a coach as well, not just head coach, but also when he had assistant coach roles, and they loved him. So he did not forget how to coach. He did make a fundamental mistake when he decided to go to Wisconsin and change on a dime how they're going to run their offense.
Yes,
he decided we're going to do the air raid thing or whatever, and brought in the dude from, was it North Carolina, the offensive coordinator from North Carolina brought in? Was that who it was?
That might be.
I don't know for sure.
That's right. You don't follow football. Yes, I think they brought in an OC from North Carolina to install this new offense.
Right. I remember this.
The last 3 years, they've had like bad quarterback injuries. They keep bringing in quarterbacks, and like week 2, the guy's down for the year. Whatever, it's like they keep doing that, and they've had an unfortunate run of injuries there. It did not work on for him on changing that, much like it never worked at Michigan with Rich Rod. It hasn't worked at other schools. Nebraska didn't work with Mike Riley, I think it was, came and did that. To change the offensive culture in history, or any team culture and team history, the way they do things on a dime like that, usually doesn't work out.
Yeah.
So they have another transfer quarterback in this year from Old Dominion, but it's not. Fickell's a good coach.
Yes.
Just a question if he can get it done. Now, they're scheduled this year. Let's roll through this, and you tell me how many wins you hear. How many legitimate wins? Like, you think Wisconsin's going to win this game? Notre Dame at Lambeau Field.
No.
Probably not.
Western Illinois should.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eastern Michigan. Okay. At Penn State.
I think it's realistically a loss.
Yep.
But, like, you have no idea what to expect from Penn State.
Exactly.
Right.
No idea what to expect from Wisconsin.
Okay, so we've got 2 wins in the bank right now. Host Michigan State, I say yes.
Yeah, probably at home, yeah.
At UCLA, I say yes.
Yep, you could win that one.
They have a bye week before
I say,
that.
I say no for that
You
one.
say no. They got a bye week going into it, so the cross-country travel is a little bit different.
I don't know. A proven guy from a group of 5.
Okay.
With Nico. How's that look on the road?
They did beat Penn State last year.
Yeah. So, I mean.
That does feel very Dr. Seuss, the way you said a proven guy from a group of 5. Okay. Host USC, that's going to be a tough one.
Yep.
At Iowa, that'd be tough.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Host Rutgers.
Yes.
Yeah, you should win that.
At Maryland.
Yes.
Should win that.
Okay.
Loxley's gone by then.
Okay. At Purdue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Host Minnesota.
That could be the deciding.
Oh, it's a night game on Friday night.
Yes, it's the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. That could be a really interesting one. Like
I think at home, yes.
I think 7 was that 7 wins.
7 so far, not including the Minnesota game, because we weren't sure on the proven guy from the group of 5. We didn't count him in there. Thanks to Jacob, literally Jacob Reimer on that one. He rhymed it. That was fantastic. But yeah, 7 going into the Minnesota game then.
Yeah, I mean, I think that will be big for him in terms of keeping his job. They haven't won 7 games since 2023.
It's amazing.
Now, they did it 3 straight years, including a 9-win season in 2021.
Yeah, 8 wins keeps him around for another year.
I think 7 does too.
I think so, depending on how the losses are.
Yeah.
Like if you're getting blown out in some of those losses.
Right.
Like if you can keep it competitive against a USC or something.
Right.
By the way, Lincoln Riley, another guy. If that goes south.
That's the other one you got to talk about. Yes. If that one does. But now, here's the thing.
Could that potentially be a James Franklin spot
could be.
where like.
I think Lincoln Riley's going to be fine. Like I think he has the talent. Like, are they college football playoff ready? Like, maybe. I thought towards the end of last season, they were sort of a fringe. They weren't really in the conversation, but they were kind of in that next group. So that team could be pushing further. But if they don't, if Ohio State goes in there and stomps them and a couple other it could go south real quick.
I mean, I should say we all, because I'm about Reimer. Reimer's, he'll turn 21 next month. But you and I remember
26.
Murph, whatever. You and I, Murph, that's what the driver's license says, but I haven't. Anyway, I don't know. It says McLovin on it also, so that's also the other issue.
I love these pop culture references.
Yeah, Murph, that's what I can do. So, Murph, the USC with Lincoln Riley, because they're a private institution, we don't know what his buyout is.
Right.
I've heard it could be as low as 67, as much as 80 million. Does USC, do they care enough about football to do that?
Well, that was the thing last offseason.
Yeah.
Was either buy him out or invest in NIL and all that and really try and load them up.
Are they on the Muss bus? Eric Musselman?
They might. Yeah, you're right. And that's
got Elijah Arenas. They got Arenas' kid.
God, I remember how USC used to be so great, even before the whole Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart era and Keyshawn Johnson and those guys. Even before that, I remember how dominant USC was, how important they were in college football.
Well, I was just going to say, I think college football, it's one of those teams.
Yeah.
I think college football is better when USC is good.
USC, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, those two. Yep.
Yeah. And like obviously when they have their runs, then you want to see them fall off.
Right.
Right. But I mean, I loved some of those later, because they weren't really, especially once they got rolling, they weren't like late night games anymore.
Right.
They're like 5 o'clock games in LA. And so it was perfect. If there wasn't a great football game, it was like, let's turn on USC and see what Reggie Bush does, or any of those guys you mentioned. And those were fun teams.
I have a bold P.
Right.
A bold prediction.
Let's hear it. I'm so glad that what P stood for. I have no idea. I'm not with you enough on this show. I didn't know what bold P meant, but thank you for saying his prediction.
Yeah.
I used to have a bold P, then I turned 50.
Luke Fickell in Wisconsin is going to beat USC.
Okay.
All right.
My reasoning. So USC plays at Penn State on October 10th. They have a bye. Then they're at Wisconsin on the 24th.
Okay.
The very next game.
Ohio State
At home.
Yep.
Look ahead spot.
Yeah.
Could be. You're
also,
right.
Also, Rams-Chargers that Sunday.
A battle for LA.
Do you think Dabo Swinney is at all at risk?
I think we're at a point now with Dabo. He will never get fired. Okay?
Right.
Now, they might call him in and say, hey, we really think you should leave, and then he'll resign. But I think for the most part, it's his job until he doesn't want it to be his job anymore.
Yeah, I could see it like a step down.
Yeah, right. That's what I can see also. Yeah,
right.
Something like that. I could see that.
Get to the end of a season, step down.
Yeah.
It's time for somebody else to do this. But then the question is like, what does he do next?
Right. High school, Christian high school coach somewhere.
Okay.
I look at it, though, I don't think Dabo, he's not, part of his biggest downfall is that we're not, name, image, and likeness, the Lord. That's what it did that.
Yeah.
And like,
He
we're not
can't
doing
evolve.
transfers.
He can't evolve.
Right. We're not doing transfers. And I can't think of a school, unless it's honestly like an FCS school, or like a school like, that is not going to compete with the big boys in that next level that would take him on. But and Dabo, he had a lot of success there, obviously, but I can't see him. I can't see one of the major college football programs jumping on that and taking him.
Yeah. I mean, at one point, for sure, like he was talked about
Alabama.
Following, Nick Saban.
Yeah, right. Could have that.
But at this point, his image is so not tarnished. I mean, but just there are other exciting names you could hire.
NIL, the L stands for loss with Dabo Swinney. How about that one there, Reimer? You can clip that and you can use it in other shows if you want to.
Sure.
Yep. That's what he's done so far there. All right, coming up next, folks, final segment of the program. We're going to do hashtag Buckeyes. This is the Buckeye Show. I got it right that time, right here on 97.1 The Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
If you dread dealing with your insurance company more than you dread build-it-yourself furniture, that came in 47 different pieces.
Why do I have 6 extra screws?
With extremely vague instructions.
What are these? Hieroglyphics?
Then you might have Insuranoia. And if you have Insuranoia, then you should get NJM. They go to great lengths to do what's best for their policyholders. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. After suffering an injury, you may face many hard questions. What will tomorrow bring? Which firm should I choose to represent me and my family? At Morgan & Morgan, we will hold your hand every step of the way. From our one-click sign-up, mobile apps, and 24/7 availability, we make it easy to get your case started right from the comfort of your couch. All firms are not the same. The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. There's 2 things I love about Window Nation. Number 1, they're going to give you great value. Window Nation windows have a lifetime transferable warranty because they're quality. They're triple checked at the factory. And you're getting a great deal because right now you can get 50% off all window styles from Window Nation. Plus 0 down, 0 interest, and no payments for 2 years. The other thing I love about Window Nation is they'll get the job done in a day. And Window Nation installers will leave your home cleaner than when they started. Minimal disruption to your life while fixing those problem windows that you've been staring at for years. You don't need to use a chat program to figure out how to get better windows in your house. Just go to windownation.com right now. They're good enough for HGTV's designing spaces, and they're going to be awesome in your home, especially when you get Window Nation windows now for 50% off all window styles, plus 0 down and 0 interest, and no payments until 2028. I'm telling you, Window Nation is the real deal when it comes to replacement windows and doors. Get a free quote at windownation.com today.
Retirement from football hits everyone differently. For DeVere Posey and Dane Sanzenbacher, it means sitting around watching sports clips on the internet and arguing about them. Search for Didn't Catch That on YouTube and subscribe.
Save time, reduce costs, and eliminate printer frustrations with Modern Office Methods, your award-winning managed print services provider. We know how to help your business reduce the cost of office printing by identifying necessary print and paper waste. We can improve your printer fleet and decrease the amount of printer frustration. Why wait? Start saving time and money today. Start with our comprehensive print fleet assessment by going to momnet.com and click on a free assessment.
Paul Keels here, voice of the Ohio State Buckeyes. You have to check out the brand new AAA Buckeyes MVP membership. Get all the benefits of AAA, such as 24/7 roadside assistance, plus chances to win tickets to Buckeye sporting events, access to exclusive MVP experiences, along with 10% off gear at the Ohio State Team Shop. Already a AAA member? Add the Buckeye MVP membership upgrade for free. Head to AAA.com/Buckeyes to join the squad and put your fandom in drive.
Inside the body, cancer divides, but inside the James, we unite. With nearly 300 cancer specialists, each focused on a single type of cancer, and over 1,500 researchers, relentlessly pursuing new discoveries and sparking new hope. So if you just heard the words, "you have cancer," you should know this. We heard them too. And there's no better team in the nation to create a cancer-free world. The James at Ohio State.
Life is more fun with a pal. So is pizza. So check out Donato's $5 Pizza Pals menu. Order any large pizza and add your choice of a sub, salad, wings, dessert, and more for just $5 each. Order your favorite $5 Pizza Pals from Donatos.com today. More toppings, more flavor, more fun. Donato's. Gotta love more.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Call the plumbing, heating, and cooling technicians at The Waterworks and header today. Call 614-232-2222. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Final segment of the program. Thank you for tuning in. Usually before I do this segment, what I do is I go to in the X and the Twitter, actually literally type in #Buckeyes, see what comes up.
What'd you find?
The first one was my podcast I do for Fan Stream Sports.
Hey, look at you.
Yeah. The second one was Tim May's podcast.
We already talked to him.
Yep, we already talked to him. Third one was another Fan Stream Sports one, but then the fourth one was from some guy named @Pat_Murphy. I'm sorry, _Pat.
Yeah, there's a lot
underscore Murphy. @Pat_. There was another Pat Murphy. So you had to do the underscore in front of yours.
There's a lot of Pat Murphys out there.
Can't you do something to just claim it?
I've had that handle, I guess, since I got on Twitter very early on in Twitter world. So
I got the anniversary note from Twitter.
Oh, okay.
It's been 15 years for me. Do you think you've been on 15?
I can find out. Hold on.
I wonder. Reimer, there's no way he's been on for 15 years because he was like 3.
Okay.
How long you been on, Reimer? Do you know?
I think I started in 2014.
How many followers do you have?
Like a little over 2,000.
A little over 2,000. I know Murphy's got a lot more than me.
Yeah.
It's sick. Let me see on mine. I'm gonna see how many I've got.
I'm trying to get to Murph's level.
We all are.
No one wants that.
Let me see how many followers I've got on Twitter.
I had somebody the other day, and if you're listening, I'm sorry, but I was on our Bucknuts podcast with Dave Biddle, and somebody responded to the tweet that we put out with it. Oh, here it is. Enough Patrick Murphy, please. Please. That was the last podcast I'll listen to with him appearing. So I quoted it and said, another happy customer.
Someone the other day, one of those things I posted with me in it, there was Southern for May in it. Somebody put on there, can you please just fire Tito already? And I responded to the guy, I said, I totally agree. He didn't respond after that. I've got 4,581 followers.
I joined July 2009.
Okay.
I can't do math, so I don't know how long that is.
Longer than me. I joined August 2011. So you're a couple years longer than me. How many followers do you have?
15.7 thousand. Do you want an exact number?
No, it's okay. You know what it is? It's 3 times what I've got, and that's fine.
I joined December of 2014.
Of course you did. And when did it turn over to be an adult account? So anyway, the one that I looked at though here, I wasn't sure if you had any right away. What could you? But look, my daughter wants teen Instagram.
I've heard of this. Only because Instagram
be careful. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I knew. I understood.
Okay, I want to make sure we're cool. Oh yeah, I know all about that.
Only you were taking it there.
No, I'm trying to help others. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Anyway. And I said, you're 12. No.
It's got to be a teenager.
Right. That's what I thought also.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Not there yet.
Exactly. I had to go to I wanted, like, I had all these aspirations of watching the Ohio State football game in its entirety last night. I'm sorry, Pittsburgh Steelers football game. Will Howard, Jack Sawyer. I was like, I'm going to watch the entire thing. Wife and Artie went to the game, spent the night in Pittsburgh. Charlotte spent the night at a friend's house. So I was like, I can do this. I'm going to watch the entire game. Can't wait. Then I get a note that at 7 o'clock, there's a middle school field hockey meeting, and my daughter's playing middle school field hockey. 7 o'clock on that night. So, had to go to this meeting.
Is this why you didn't show up for morning juice?
We're not going to play this game. Anyway, I
did bring it full circle.
Right. I watched the game on my phone while the meeting was going on. Like, I sat there. Like there's like one of the lunch benches or whatever in the cafeteria at Hastings Middle School, and I've got the phone between my legs on the bench.
Yep.
And I'm watching the game from the start, and they're talking about whatever. And then whenever one of the coaches would like walk around to like look at the girls, make sure they're listening and stuff, I'd flip it over because I didn't want to get in trouble.
Oh my gosh!
I would do it. And so I sat there and watched the game though for a lot, but I felt guilty about it. My daughter had to go pick out her number, and she picked out number 51. And I told her...
Luke Montgomery?
That's not what I told her. It's a good call, though. I said, I want to get it personalized with the name Area on the back. Area 51.
Oh, okay.
She could be the alien. Right?
I get it.
She doesn't want to do it, but I'm like, I'm going to yell at her games. Let's go, Area 51. I'm going to yell it.
It's a cool nickname.
I think so, too.
She chose the number, so...
Right.
I mean,
she had other options. She took 51.
Comes with it.
Jim Parker?
There we go. It's another one. Jim Parker.
Anthony Schlegel.
See, but all of those would make her feel confident about herself being in that realm.
And dads hate when their daughters feel confident.
No, look, I'm just saying, when it comes to my kids,
especially
in sports. Oh, in sports, I love when my son says, hey, I went 6 for 7 from the field. I said, yeah, what happened on that one you missed? You know, things like that. Like, you should have made that shot in soccer. I don't know how you missed that. Wide open goal. So I'm not the best father. But I did want to say Area 51. I want her to do that. I want that. She won't do it, though. Anyway.
Speaking of watching games.
Please.
The Ohio State Cal game, when they played against Jared Goff.
Okay.
I had a wedding. This is before I'm covering the team. I had a wedding up in St. Henry, Ohio.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm very familiar with St. Henry.
Yeah. We went up there, and my friend and I sat in the very last row of the church. And had the Cal game. It was like right when you were able to start watching like ESPN on your phone.
Yeah.
And we just had it back there.
Right.
And there was me, my buddy, and then a woman and what I assume was her husband. And he kept like looking over, and eventually she just switched seats with him so he could watch the
It's funny. I noticed after about 20 minutes in this meeting, there was a guy standing kind of behind me. I think he was watching between my legs, which I don't normally like to say a guy was watching between my legs. This guy, though, I think was watching between my legs the game as well.
Yeah. I did that at a wedding, too, one time. It wasn't during the ceremony. It was like mostly reception and stuff.
This was mid-ceremony.
This was NCAA tournament time, and it was Elite Eight. And so like games were later in the night, and the game happened to be Florida and Texas. I think it was Texas Tech from just a few years ago when Florida won it, and saw Walter Clayton Jr.'s masterclass to finish. And we were just all going nuts as he was just making ridiculous shot after ridiculous shot. So that was a lot of fun.
The whole thing with weddings, like, people are pretty selfish sometimes when they plan them. Like, look at the schedules. Look at college football schedule. Look at basketball schedules. Look at whatever.
Mine was on a fall Sunday.
See, okay, fall Sunday's okay.
Yeah, I tried to avoid the Saturday because also my wedding that weekend was Ohio State, Penn State.
Yeah.
And that was, I think it was McCord and Marv year. So it was still a very good game because Penn State was a lot better then.
Yeah. My wife turns 50 on October.
Oh, this is great. This is great.
My wife turns 50 mid-October. Okay, like middle part, closer to the 15th. And then, but we're having her party
Unbelievable.
On the 24th on Ohio State's bye week, instead of having it like the 17th, which is closer to her birthday, which is in October.
Oh, that's okay. Nora's first birthday party is on the day of Ohio State, Texas this year.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You're not doing anything special for her, right?
We're doing a party. I just said that.
During the day? Hopefully during the day.
Yes, during the day.
Yeah, hey, everybody. Hey, look, it's 6 o'clock. Let's go. Thanks for the gifts. We appreciate you being here. Let's go. Yeah, that's the people that do that, though. It's like, I don't have any, don't plan it those days.
I try, the fall Saturdays, especially. Like, it's like
you can't do that.
There's some, like, notable ones this year where it's like, wow, the slate's going to be incredible.
November 7th's the day.
Yeah, it is.
That's a huge, Alabama, LSU, obviously Ohio State, Oregon here.
Notre Dame, Miami.
Notre Dame, Miami, right, and South Bend. All of those go on that day. If somebody you know planned a wedding on November 7th, do not go and then also block them. I don't care if they're related to you. Yeah, just block them, period. Because that is the most selfish thing you can do, I believe, is planning your wedding then. My cousin got married in 1990 when the Reds were playing in the World Series.
Oh, boy.
Now, they did roll out a TV at the reception.
There you go.
But it was like the school TV. It wasn't like some kind of flat screen. 1990. It wasn't like some big production or something. And it wasn't, it was not being streamed.
It was a box TV.
Yes, it was rolled out from the biology room or whatever, and they put it out there, and we watched the Reds game. I can't remember which game it was against the Oakland A's that year, but it was one of those games in the World Series. So, Patrick, this was a lot of fun.
It was.
I'm glad I finally got to do a show today. Gosh, it felt weird not doing one this morning. All the chatters, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate that. Great as always. Thank you to the Todd Father. Jacob, I appreciate you. Your Todd Father did say you were still on a juvenile account. You're not on an adult account yet on Twitter is what your dad has said, but talk to him. Maybe he'll give it to you. Folks, make sure you stick around. Reds are up next against the Marlins. They're up 1-0 heading to the bottom of the 7th. This has been the Buckeye Show.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate.